Happy Thumbs Gaming. Big show.
Hey everybody, it's Brian with Happy Thumbs Gaming. Today we're checking out the hub planet Zamaron free roam for LEGO Batman 3. You can see on the right hand side there are a fair amount of collectibles, 7 gold bricks, 3 character vehicle tokens, 5 quests, and of course 1 Adam/Mayor West. So all the quick links for those can be found down below in our video description. So if you're only here looking for the gold bricks or whatever, feel free to click the gold brick links and make your way through. Now here we are, we were just on the moon there at the moon base 1, and we're going to go ahead and take the first room on the right or left, depending on which way of the room you're looking, and happens to be the pink planet. We like pink, so we're going to go ahead and jump face in. Alright, right off the bat, we're going to walk down to the green lantern and take a tour. Now this is the longest and most obvious quest so far. So, and in this level. Of course it's so far, we just started. But you guys are more than welcome to go ahead and click the next quick link down below, which obviously will be number 2 on the list, gold brick number 1. So this is really simple. He literally just walks you around and you get to see some sights. And I believe there are a couple of pink sapphires that come and attack us. So, in fact, let's see here. Where are we at? Also, I do want to note, too, that this video does have portions that are sped up a little bit more than others. And we promise, though, we will not allow you to miss anything of importance. And we will not go speeding through some area that you would need to see in slow-mo. So. Oh yeah, so you're gonna find yourselves getting your cha-cha on up here at the top. So take out all of the baddies that present themselves, and then Green Lantern will continue this super tour. I keep wanting to say Suffering Thuckatash, but that is not only the wrong character. Anyways. All right, we basically are getting a tour, and I think, you know, I wouldn't recommend it just because you're following us, but this tour, I'm pretty sure, takes you through and shows you where all of the items are on the planet. Now, it's hard for me to say if I've tracked the entire planet by the end of this or not, but I think it takes us right through the heart of most of the main quests and whatnot. And you know, you'd be welcome to go ahead and stop and do these as you go. For us, labeling them, it was hard for us to include a quest and then have like gold bricks and character vehicle tokens and things like that within the quest. So we just went ahead and wrapped it up as a quest, and we're almost there. We're getting there. We're 2/3 of the way through this quest and through this nice tour. Hopefully we didn't pay top dollar for this, because this is, you know, I would have expected some sort of like, you know, ride. I have to walk myself. Should be a cheap tour if I'm walking. All right, so there's some gold clasps back there that we're going to need to take out with our heat ray or laser beams, whichever one you prefer. And all right, so we are rounding out, and here he goes. Like I have said once before, there are a lot of these long, drawn-out dialogue sections where they are talking, and they're always informative and usually comical, but for our purposes, they're kind of annoying because they just take up so much extra time. And I've sped them up, and I've turned it down so you can't really hear them, but at the same time, you can kind of hear them, and you can see it, so I do try to tend to take it at an easy pace. Speaking of pace, let's fly up in space. And right around the corner over here, I see this little thing, and I think, oh, I'm going to pow that and see what happens. No, and keep in mind, you know, I had done my preliminary, like, scout run, but I wasn't exactly sure how I was going to attack this level when I jumped in. But luckily for us, there are these light rays coming from each of the objectives, so we just go to the nearest by one, which happens to be a race, and we get our race on. So I will admit, this is my most noobish video to date, I think, on these races. There might have been a couple of them back in Marvel that were pretty terrible looking too, as far as me getting my way through them. But there's a couple that I go flying by and I have to double back and get, and like, you know, a couple that come at a funny angle to get, and a couple that I get right at the buzzer, and whew, glad that's over. But gold brick number 1 has been achieved by completing that race. Now there's a little bit of a edit right here. As you can see, there it was right there. I'm about 10 feet behind where I was when the original edit took place, but that's because there are these blue flags hopping around. There are a total of 9 of them bouncing around, and they are all right in the middle and around the edges of this area where the gold brick is. So we've got 4 down now. There's 5. And I look back here. Is there any back here? Oh, there's one right there. Sometimes the way they load in the game is a little bit cheeky on you. So, you know, if you need to, feel free to click that quick link for Gold Brick 2 and go back to the beginning. It's certainly a task, and there is a time limit. And for the record, I did edit that, so I did fail once or twice. So don't feel too bad if you do the same. All right, right on the other side of the rock formation there, we see this tall tower, and we can see a character token spinning around in it. Now, this one didn't happen to have a light beam on it, at least not when we got up close. But we dropped to the bottom of the tower on the opposite side from where we could see the character token. We used Brainiac to go Rick Moranis style and shrink that character token thing there. Or not character token, but the statue there. And then we use Martian Manhunter to slide into that green pucker point. And I'm still not sure what those are, and not sure I'm comfortable with that, especially Green Martian Man. I mean, it is green after all. Anyways, moving along now, we'll go ahead and switch to Superman and follow our way to the next little ray, which happens to be the gold clasp one that I mentioned earlier when we were on our tour. All right, so spoiler alert, the one you want to take out is actually the one in her hand right there in the middle of the screen, the one I'm on now, and boink show, look at that. Gold brick number 3, nicely presented to us. Thank you very much, we'll take that. All right, and moving along, we do have a half a second here where I'm like taking out the gold, because I like gold. I thought there might have been something else there. I didn't know what. I didn't think there was going to be another gold brick or anything, but figured I might as well take them out and see. All right, so this one I apologize for in advance. First of all, I missed the chicken on the left-hand side of the screen back there, which is, I believe, one of the last ones I have to find. And I scouted these out before I did this, but this is my worst collectible ever, I think. So I apologize. My best advice for this one is, you know, don't forget about it, but make sure that, you know, you find a couple of them and knock them out, and maybe keep a little notepad or something nearby. And as we grab number 4 there, so we're halfway through. Oh, and you just got to fly around and find them is ultimately how this one works. They are all in the same place. They never leave, so it's not like they're bouncing around and you got to chase them down. It's simply a matter of, you know, there are 8 of them in 8 distinct locations. And, yeah, we eventually find all of them. There is one on the giant, I believe it's called a lantern. Oh, there's one on the left there on that purple shard. And I believe that's actually the first one I missed that was on the left side of the screen. I could be wrong, though. There's number 7, and the last one is actually on top of this thing here. You can see there was a little jump there, and then I went straight to it. That's because I couldn't find this last one. I circled around for 10, 15 minutes trying to find that dang thing. But I finally found it, and I knocked it out. I had a pretty clean edit to make it look like I knew what I was doing. And like I said, although it wasn't that long, it still was the most cruel and punishing task so far. So I apologize for that one. But moving along, we follow over to the next ray of light, and it happens to be some bats flying around, indicating that we need to use our bat sense. So we switch to the sensor suit and scan. Then we find this silver box that we can switch back to the power suit and destroy it with one of our Batman missiles, and Buyukashao gold brick is now ours. So we're making good time here. We got 4 gold bricks and a couple character vehicle tokens, and of course 1 quest ton. We are going to head on over and save Mr. Mayor West next, and we will fly up in the air and follow over to the next ray of light. This one's pretty simple. Once you get over here, you're going to see that there are a series of sonar glass bricks. I don't know which way you prefer me to call them, but I thought they were magnetic at first, but they're not blue enough. My senses were off, so I switched back over to Batman and used the sensor suit and free Mr. Adam West. So he's off and running, and of course there is only 1 Adam West per planet, so we are getting pretty close to having the ability to play as Adam West. And right out in the middle, right behind where Adam was, we find Lantern again. Now, keep in mind, all of these quests, if you skip the first one or didn't complete it, this one will not be available yet. So you do have to complete all these quests in order. And if you're frustrated because you got all the gold bricks and you can't find quest 5, but you never finished quest 2, then go back and do quest 2. And if you leave the area and come back, usually it will spawn. And I always recommend, too, you can see I have a blue arrow flashing there. If you're wondering what that is the quest finder red brick, and it is turned on. So it's telling me where I need to be to start the quest. And if you get lost and can't find where you are, bam, go get the red brick for quest finder, and you should be good. Now, I don't remember exactly which level that's on. That is one of the later free play levels, and we do have all that listed on our trophy achievement guide, which can be found at HappyThumbsGaming.com. And yeah, so if you have any questions, of course, drop them down below. We are on questions daily, usually 5-6 times a day. We're checking and answering questions. So if you guys have anything that's totally got you curious, let us know. Or furious. Curious or furious, let us know. All right, Loonturn, thanks for that great speech and for the gold brick. We'll go ahead and move on to the next ray of light over here, which happens to always fool me. So this was my first hub planet mission other than Oa, I should say. Oa. All right, anyways. And I was unaware of the fact that there was a light that also indicates where the Slideways teleporter is. But we got fooled into that, and we made our way to the next ray of light, and we actually got lucky and dug up the character token back here on our first try. So there is nothing else back here. If you did not dig up the right steamy pile of bits, go ahead and move around and do until you find the character vehicle token. All right, we're going to move along. We got another, looks like a gold brick. See, I got fooled again. I came right back to that. I keep thinking, oh, there's got to be a mission here. But if you notice, it's green, indicating go, maybe? I don't know. Certainly not the green planet, but we finally figured that out. I think that was the last time we get duped into that. And we make our way over on top of the lantern where there is an airborne race. Now, a lot of you guys say that these races are like the only thing keeping you from finishing the game 100%. A lot of these are really frustrating, and you're wondering why I didn't go through that or why I didn't. That's another race. They totally fooled me, and I actually had to start this race over again once because I went to that one and started the other race. I had 2 races going at the same time. But my best advice is, you know, figure out if you're best flying with a character or a vehicle. But to be honest with you, I haven't even seen any vehicle stations around here. I don't know if you can access them from the character station that's right there by the Slideways teleporter or not, but you might not even be able to pull a vehicle out on this one. But I fly better with a person, so I would try that. Now we got another quest. This one's called Smitten Sapphires, and this one actually I don't know if it glitched out on us or if I was just too stinking slow. This is another one of those kind of fetch quests where you got to go find some things. And we had to go and roll out and find 3 sapphires that have bad boyfriends. Now you can see there's a sapphire standing here. There should be a bad guy there. All you have to do is give him a pow and the kiss of once, and he rolls out, and then you can hit the icon indicated. For us, it's circle, and then they follow you back to the home base there. Again, this one, we'd found these 2, but we could not find the 3rd one. By the time we found the 3rd one, the mission had reset, which was weird because I didn't know they did that, but it did, and we had to go and bring these 2 back. So the locations are 100% correct, but there will be another bad guy there, and you'll see here on the 3rd one, Booyakashow. There is a bad guy. That's all you have to do is just give him the old heat ray, and then hit the icon indicated and drag her back. So this quest was really frustrating for me too because of the glitch and because it took me so long to find that 3rd person. But I got it all done. It looks nice and clean for you guys. So hopefully that'll be easy to follow, and all 3 of those sapphires will return, and yeah, he can start his dating service. He's a Don Juan Green Loonturn, huh? All right. Gold Brick 6 is next on the list. We're going to go ahead and fly up in the sky and look for our next beam of light. Oh, but wait! Before we roll out right around the corner from us there, we literally turned around and there's this tall tower. At the base of the tower, there was a strong man rock. So we crushed that with Superman, and we'll go ahead and fly to the top and collect that red brick. So make sure that you didn't go far from that last quest if you are following along item per item. All right, so here's that race that duped me during the other race. It's real hard to miss. It's at the top of one of the tallest towers. And again, we're off and running, doing my dolphin swim through the air. This one's a little bit harder because it takes you down low and then back up high, and the overall structure of the planet is round, so you're not flying in a straight line. You're kind of, well, you are, but the planet is not. So you have to control it using the A and B or X and circle buttons. So just depends on which console you're playing on. I guess PC has some controls too. I'm sorry, I don't know those. I'm a PC noob. Booyakashow, all the way through that purple ring, and we get that gold brick, and we're getting pretty close, guys. We have only a couple quests left, actually. Oh, I did get duped one more time. So that might be the only place that you can get a vehicle from, and maybe I'm wrong on that. I don't think you can either, but I don't think there's any other place to get a vehicle on this level, which is a bummer deal. So maybe you can't choose flying in a vehicle, or maybe you have to fly as a person. Either way, we're on the last quest. We're done talking about that stuff, so we'll go ahead and see what he has to say. In this one, he wants us to find his girl, that is, a nice shiny rock. And there you can see the crystal on top of his head, indicating what it looks like. And we are going to turn around and run straight away from where we were standing. And look at that. There is some bats floating around. So we'll switch to Batman in the sensor suit and scan right where it indicates us to, and we'll follow the arrow. So we're going to stay on foot because you never know what you're going to be looking for in a quest like this. Oh, and look at that. During the tour, we were walked right through these glass shards. So we're going to switch to the sonar suit and one last. All right, good. That was almost my turkey call there. I apologize for the cross of sounds. I do switch to a flying character because it makes it faster to get back, and then I go the wrong way because that quest finder is basically telling me where to go, but it's kind of hard to follow because of the planet being round and me being on the other side of it. So I end up taking quite a long ways back, but because it has the blue arrow, I make it right back to where I need to, and I hand over my jewel. That's right. All right, so I don't know why he's messing with these sapphires anyway. They seem like they're high maintenance. Don't they? I mean, I'm not trying to be rude, but they surely seem like, I don't know. Anyways. All right, we will get rewarded with a gold brick for this, and we will certainly not be disappointed in that. And booyakashow, look at that, 184. I don't know if you guys are following along brick for brick, but we're getting close. And, oh yeah, right behind where we were, if we kind of take a left and kind of walk behind us, the final quest is right here, and it's Crypto. He barks quite a long story here, telling us basically that he is super fast, and he wants to go on this little race. And, I believe you have to beat him. I didn't come behind him. I beat him, so it worked out for me, I guess. But if you fail or don't beat him, then just try it again. But we just made it right through. He isn't that fast. I didn't even have to use my super bean power and tap the button. I just literally flew through the air and made it. And now he's doing this weird, running gallivant through the air. But whatever. We get a gold brick for hooking that up. And guess what? We also get Crypto the Super Dog character token. So we'll take that. Oh, and look at that. We don't get a gold brick. Fooled you. Actually, I thought we did, so my bad on that. We're going to take a quick look at the final totals there, and we are good to go. All 7 gold bricks, all 5 quests, all 3 character tokens, and, of course, Adam West. Woohoo! So that's going to wrap up LEGO Batman 3 Beyond Gotham Hub Planet Zamaron Free Roam. Hopefully you guys found it helpful and entertaining. I do, again, apologize for that little chicken one. That was terrible. Anyways, moving on. Hopefully you guys did find it helpful, like I said, and if you did, head on over to our social pages, which all the links can be found down below, but head on over to Facebook, Twitter, comment, vote, subscribe down below, and of course, HappyThumbsGaming.com. We have an Instagram, we have a Twitch, and we also have a G+. So whichever of those social networks you prefer, head on over, click them, follow, tweet, whatever you want to do, and we will respond and interact. So anyways, that's it. As always, until next time.